Welcome, I am the botanist, and today I'll be playing Inkshade. I did already start a game, however I did not record it properly, so I am going to start over. So I will know up to a little bit, but not much. So let's start over. Ah, you're finally awake. Let's get started. Sit. We're going to play a game. You are our captain, and you have one objective. Sail your airship into the abyss. But alas, Captain, two critical things elude you. A star for night? I'm not entirely sure that's how the word's pronounced, but I'm going to go with it. And a vessel. Perhaps if you spend some time bumbling around, you'll find what you seek. Now choose a path. To the east, then. The kingdom of Faltus is an ideal choice if you're looking to be impaled by a lance. But you've always been ambitious, so eastward you'll march. Having played a little bit of this already, I know that it is scripted to lose. The time has come for you to fight. At the start of each encounter, pieces are drawn from your collection. It seems you only have one lonely wretch. How fitting. Take a look around the board, and place the wretch on a starting time. I'll show you some of the other parts later when we get more pieces. When you think you are ready, and at least one of your pieces is on the board, press this button to begin the match. The button may also trigger if you slam your side of the desk hard enough. I don't know where exactly you need to strike, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. And of course, that would be pressing the spacebar. As you can see, we can move around, including changing the angle. As it still hasn't started yet, I have a little bit of time to move things around. And then I can just press space. You go first. Select your wretch. Good, your fingers still work. Let's see how your memory fares. The blue tiles indicate how far you can move. Orange tiles indicate maximum attack range. Red dots show where you may attack from. Now then, move your piece to the next. Move your piece next to mine. Good. Now that your wretch is in range, attack the cretin that stands in your way. By 1 damage. Your turn ends when all of your pieces have moved, or when you press the button again. It is my turn now. Alas, it seems the wretch has perished. When one of your pieces dies, it will remain dead for the entire adventure. If your entire crew perishes, you will lose. What's this? A lowly wretch has met a terrible fate. How shocking. It's clear that your starting crew is too weak. There are spare pieces in the cabinet by the door. You'll find them if you follow your ears. Now go collect them. Oh. Until you've collected all three, do not return. And this is where the escape-esque room element comes into play. You still haven't collected all the pieces. Find them in the cupboard by the door. Don't come back until you've done so. I do like that you can pretty much click on all sorts of different things. I'm sure that was fine. And there's various things to find. For example, this is kind of a meta currency where between runs you can upgrade your pieces when you get to the next room, that is. Which still leads us for the time being, until we meet our fate again. But is also used in the travels of the map. Such a shiny music contraption. I believe it was fashioned after a gravity well, which doesn't make much sense, since gravity wells sound nothing like that device. The music disc is damaged, unfortunately, but feel free to jiggle the whole device if you wish. Perhaps the sound of the veneer grinding against the tabletop will be a suitable alternative to music. And click on all sorts of things. Some pieces. Once we've unlocked these, we can come across them and also start them as it's starting. Alrighty. There's still plenty of things that we can click on. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Don't touch that. It's dangerous. Here's one of the things that I know. If we click on this rock, it is a paperweight, Captain. A heavy stone that is not local to these environments. The original ecosystem is far away, in fact, that you could very well describe that rock as alien. Depending upon your reference of point, of course. Yep. Anyways, fellow human, I'm sure. Wonder where that would be. Bush has fingers. Or if that's normal. I do not know why this candle exists. It is lacking flammable fibers, you see. I used by the spyglass. Such a device can seem very far away, you know. But alas, it's not much use in here. You can see very far away. Here for the time being. We can look through we can click on a couple of more of the objects to get different interactions, as well as continue interacting with certain objects. But I will leave that for if anybody decides to play the game. You're defeated on your last journey, and so you must start from the beginning. Perhaps this time, your performance won't be so disappointing. Due north is your choice. Well, if you insist. I'm sure the locals are friendly, and don't do anything beyond the norm. They certainly wouldn't murder outsiders. Far to the north, just before the edge of the continent, lies Port Mercador. You can contact an airship there, and if you have a completed Starfit Night, you can sail further north still. Now then, begin your journey, Captain. You anticipate strife in your future. It is a good thing that you brought a crew. You see an underground passage. It beckons you to submerge yourself and fade into the cool, black nothingness. But villagers bar your path, and so they must die. They all have the same stats. but that's something that will change later. Oh, by the way, if you think that your defeat is inevitable, I would like to end your journey early. You may press this button on your left. Doing so will forfeit the match, which will have the same effect as losing. Also, the button has a tendency to stick, so you may have to press it more than once. Anyways, now that you have a larger crew, things should be easier. Also, if you haven't noticed, you can inspect my pieces. Doing so will reveal how far they can move, their maximum attack range, and the tiles where they can attack from. Now then, proceed. I'm gonna have to take one attack, because this guy will move here. And either I move this guy so that he's out of the range of these two, or I move him here where he's in the range of this one, and take one hit, and in turn finish this guy off. Either way, I'll have to take a point of damage, so take out the guy as opposed to just wasting the turn. I'll reward you for defeating my pieces. What do you get? Script. You appear confused. Script is a currency. Those little golden coins your kind is so fond of. I'm surprised you don't remember even that. Regardless, earn script by defeating my pieces. You also earn bonus script for winning an encounter. The bonus will be larger if you take fewer turns. Oh, there's another thing I have not mentioned. You don't need to move your pieces to attack. Select them once or twice without moving. The piece can attack from where it stands, so long as an enemy piece is in range, that is. But be cautioned. If you select a piece 3 times in a row, it will hold position, and after issuing such a command, you may not touch that piece until your next turn. Fortunately, your pieces heal up in between turns. Well, not turns, but in between encounters. So as long as I don't have one die on me, should be safe. It's also worth noting that you notice that this piece didn't move during the initial turn. That's because they have a line of sight system. So you can actually stealth your way around a board and complete objectives sometimes. Step over the final villager's body. The sound of scraping rock drifts to your ears. 2 shadows can be seen in the cave's mouth. 2 new foes? Or 2 new candidates for your crew. When you finish an encounter, look at the option between 2 new pieces. Villager, 3 health, 3 movement, 1 attack. Or Luminary, 3 movement, 2 health, 1 attack. But something interesting about the Luminary is the lantern will actually illuminate the board, which sometimes you'll have trouble seeing things because it's dark. As such, I think I'll go with him for now. When you add a new piece to your crew, that piece will end up here. You may see your active crew from within this box, but know that if your journey is cut short, all the crew members added will be lost, and the pieces will be reset to your starting crew. Have you ever played a card game? Think of the pieces in that box like your deck, and the pieces you draw before combat as your hand. If you've never touched a card in your life, well then, I'm sure you'll figure things out. Why don't you try placing your face in the box for now. And this is my drawing pool for the current adventure. Multiple weights. Deeper in the cave, torches guide your steps. They also guide your foes who seek to end your journey. This board contains a special golden tile. If one of your pieces ends their turn here, and they survive my turn, then you will win the match. You'll still win by defeating all of my pieces. I know you'd find the bloodshed preferable. This is where being able to turn comes in handy. As you can see that there are two hidden within those areas. Alright. As such, this piece will probably be attacked. Oh, nope. It would seem that these guys are not on the same side. Oh. A big part of this is trying to end the encounters as quickly as possible. Get more script. I missed the darkness. Stumble across an exit. At least you assume it is an exit. Let us find out where it leads. Villager. Mortem. Don't actually know what Mortem is. Because apart from all the listed stats, there are sometimes special things that will happen with pieces. That's it. I'm just gonna go with the villager for now. And when you have more than one of the same piece, see how it's stacked up. Each one, you can draw multiples of the same piece when you start an encounter. I must admit, I do not remember what all the symbols are, so I forget what this is. A low rumbling of voices crosses your ears. You raise your weapon, ready for another fight, but all you find is a cluster of haggard strangers, huddled around a pair of sealed carriages. You sheathe your weapon and approach a cloaked figure. They explain you've entered a labor exchange, where you may donate to 2 of your crew, and receive 1 new member from a selection. Alas, setting foot in the market binds you to participation. So, Captain, which 2 of your crew will you relinquish? Honestly. And I've already got a second villager. Acolyte. Illuminary again. Or Zealous, which has 4 health and is just kind of better than most of the ones I have at the moment. Let's see what we find. Stumbling into the unknown, you aren't quite sure what lies ahead. Found some script, which we're up to 40 of, I believe. The leathery slide of the weapon's unsheathing is like music. The scent of roasting meat fills the air, and quiet conversation reaches your ears. The ladder is abruptly cut off as you emerge into the clearing. So here's a fun thing. There's an exit point right there. I'm going to try something. Line of sight plays a role in this as well. If I had placed a guy here, or here, then I'm pretty sure I would have been in line of sight of both of these. But as it's just one, let's see if I can just run to the end. Oh. And of course I missed the guy in the trees. That said, I have 4 health. What a crew, what a combat. Oh, apparently I got some achievements from that. One for, I think, not killing anything, and one for just using one guy to survive an encounter. If I'm not mistaken. A tree crashes down. It came from an entirely different direction. You choose not to investigate. Hunter. As you can see, he can't attack right next to himself, but he can attack 2 away and 3 away, which is quite nice. Villager. Let's get some range. As your crew readies to camp for the night, a loud crack can be heard in the blackness. Was it the sound of a femur snapping in two? Or just a branch collapsing under the weight of the void? You notice that these guys do 2 damage. But they only have 2 health as well. Fortunately, I don't think I have to fight everything at once. This guy is aggroed, but and as is this one. But I don't think that anybody else technically is. Of course, it's hard to see in the dark. Oh, yep. Everything is aggroed. Yep. Oh, what a lovely board this is. I don't think I'm going to survive this. Let's give it a good try. Yep. As far as I know, there's no golden escape route either. Well, at least I'll unlock the next room, I believe. So let's get as much script as possible. Again, you and your crew have died. It looks like you need more help than I thought. Take this key. It unlocks the parlor. There's a very special item in there. One that you can use to make your pieces stronger. By exchanging script for power. I suggest you find it before trying again, Captain. And this will unlock the next room. Which will unlock a bunch of new pieces. Some script. And an upgrade system. Whoops. By the way, if you so desire, feel free to get up and wander about, unless we're in the middle of a match. I won't stop you from stretching your legs, Captain. Especially if you've forgotten to improve your pieces. I need to stop walking forward when I get up from there. Anyways. Welcome to the parlor.